Hi guys, it's Tuesday and I have a Mixed Media Friday layout for you, and it's Mixed Media with Miranda and Tuesday, so make sure you hop over to her channel. I will have a link or actually YouTube won't let you do links. I will have her YouTube channel in the description below, so you can hop on over there and see her take on her mixed media for today. Last week, I do have to apologize. I got my Fridays mixed up, I guess, and I wasn't feeling very well, so I put out an extra mixed media Friday that I wasn't supposed to. So if you hopped over to Miranda's channel at that time, that's why she didn't have one, because I was preemptive. And so with this layout, I decided I was just going to get out some of my inexpensive Artist Loft colors and a couple of different size brushes, and I was going to take a white American Crafts cardstock and just play around with making my own background and getting messy with paint. So, I like to do that, and I'm going to add some sprinkles and some splatters and just have fun with it. So the picture that I use is a picture of London and I, and it was for her birthday. It wasn't the greatest picture, so I did convert it to black and white because at the time my phone didn't have the greatest camera. I do have a really good camera now, so hopefully that can be avoided in the future, but I normally don't change my photos to black and white, so I was kind of excited to try this. Now, here I took some more of that heavy gesso and tried, I don't know why I keep trying to add spray ink to it because it never works. If you use super heavy gesso, do yourself a favor and just grab some acrylic cheapy paints, whatever color you want, and that's what's going to work to change the color of that gesso. So that's what I'm grabbing here. You're going to see me mix some of that up, just like I did, I guess it was a few weeks ago on another layout. But I really do like super heavy gesso because it's so thick. It's going to stand up on its own. So I grabbed this 6x6 template. It is by the Crafters Workshop, and I believe it is called Mini Window Fence or something of that nature. Yeah, Mini Window Fence. Very interesting name. But I've had it forever. I don't know if they still make it. And I'm just mixing up some yellow cheapy acrylic paint and getting the color that I want. And I want these colors to go really well with the Easter 2018 set of ephemera and flare from Cheeky Studio. So that's kind of the goal here. You can always, if you've got ephemera, that's the other thing I want to tell you. If you've got ephemera or stickers or flare, whatever, and you just really love the collection, but you don't have any photos that you think would go with it, just turn them black and white, and you can make the ephemera match that way, because it does, if you're trying to make it match with the photo, you don't have that problem with black and white. Makes it very, very easy. So you can use whatever colors you want. I did go ahead and spray some no yoking on top of that stencil, and then I just went back and kind of spread a little bit of it around, and that added some more texture and dimension to the page. So if I were to just leave that gesso the color it was and not add any of the spray ink, it wouldn't look as dimensional. So there you go. Mini window screen. Oh, okay. Mini window screen. I'm glad I showed you because I was wrong. Big surprise there. So, yeah, I'm super excited about this layout. I think it turned out just adorable. And I do end up using some of the cut files that were made for Cheeky by Make Paper Art, and she made some lovely bows and boxes for the Wishes cut file, and you can find that cut file in the shop, and it'll have a link to her Etsy store where you can purchase it, but it's only like 99 cents. And I really like those little bows. If you follow me for a while, you know I love bows and hearts, and so yeah, I'm going to end up pulling those in, and I just cut them out on my silhouette and changed the size. And oh, that's my daughter. So my daughter thought it would be cute to show you her nails, but she's not, see, I'm holding up her hands. She's not very good at camera work. So I was like, sweetheart, they can't hear you talking over there. You have to put your hands in the camera view. And she was like, oh, okay. So that was my oldest, True. She loves her new acrylic nails. I beg her not to get them, but you know, she loves being a girl. So I just grabbed a piece of 12 by 12 from the American Crafts cardstock. It's like I guess it's their favorites collection or something. I got it at Michael's and it was just called American Crafts Paper Pad. So I'm not sure if it was just their favorites or their best sellers or what have you. But I do like that paper pad. It was super inexpensive too. And then I took some scraps. I have done some purging from my scrap bin. I needed to do it badly. So I did go through, my box was overflowing, and honestly I just hold on to everything. So I decided, you know, I need to go through and get rid of some of these dark colors and things that aren't just standing out and calling my name, and just purge. And I did. I got rid of quite a bit. In the meanwhile, I did find some frames that I had cut out, and that's where you see this frame here. I had cut it out on a scrap piece of paper along with a bunch of others years ago and never did use them, the little Polaroid frame looking things. So I felt very accomplished. I even went through my little bowl that I've been trying to get through and purged a lot of it. And I feel refreshed, and I'm going to be able to know what's in my bowl, what's in my stash of scraps, and be able to pull from there. And I think sometimes it's just best to reset and do that. So I only, you know, kind of saved my very favorites, and then towards the end I ended up purging just most of it. I mean, we have tons of stuff in our supplies, right? So we've got to use them, and I buy them because I like them, so there's a reason I have them. But your tastes and your style kind of evolves and changes over time, so it doesn't hurt to get rid of some things that you know you're not going to use. So it can inspire you to use what you have. And then I'm also taking some of my trusty score tape, and I'm just adding some more scraps around the page and kind of building that foundation for that picture. And I think this is a soft, sweet, if you've been following here lately, I am into very soft colors. Very dreamy watercolor. I guess because of the design work I'm doing, I just love my florals and the design work with watercolor. So that's kind of the reason why. So here I'm just kind of interviewing some ephemera. Now that Mom Life and Home is Where Your Girls Are is too black for me, so I'm going to end up taking those off. They were in my scrap bin, and I thought that they were, you know, appropriate for the page, but they were just, the black was just too black. So here I'm taking that cut file from Make Paper Art. Oh, and I did make the Make Paper Art design team. So not only is Cheeky going to be offering her cup files that match Cheeky products, but also I'll be working with some of her other files twice a month to show you what I make from her shop. So just a collaboration of sorts. You know, I think it's a good idea to support small businesses. If you watched me rant about overseas production and that type of thing, and you know, we've got a monopoly on a lot of the big box stores and, you know, American Crafts and all that. So I'm just trying to support some of the small businesses, including myself out there, that are keeping the scrapbook community active and bringing new product and giving you choices. So I thought it would be a good idea to try out for her team and be able to work more with her cut files and bring a greater variety to you. So I am just painting those lovely bows that I had cut out, and I'm putting them around the page, trying to figure out where I want them. Now this is a picture from her birthday in January, so The 2018 flare from Easter works perfect, or Easter 2018 collection over at Cheeky Studio works perfectly. And then I'm just grabbing the ephemera from that same line. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word, that same line. And I'm just gonna add some of these lovely little flowers and leaves and buds there around the bottom of the photo and to the side. And you're gonna see me kind of play with that back and forth until I get it just like I like it. But there's so many pieces in the ephemera. Oh, and I was gonna say, I found an outsource in the US for print and cut. And so not only am I going to be able to provide more product, there will actually be more product in the ephemera. So I try to get as much in there as I can for the price. And yeah, it looks like I'm going to be able to do that even with someone else printing and cutting the majority of it for me. So super excited about that. That's going to free up some time for more design work, which means more ephemera packs and more variety. So that is going to save tons of hours. I'm just kind of redesigning the files in the format that they want so that I can send those off and hopefully get them cut and shipped back to me by mid-June when we have our first convention that we're going to locally. So super excited about that. And so let's see, what am I doing with the layout? I think I'm trying to figure out where I put the flare. It's going to tuck right under that bow. And I am going to add that little bouquet at the bottom there where you see on the bottom right. Also a couple of little cut apart tabs that I'm going to add. And there's going to be one that I add at the kind of the center top of that photo. And I'm going to stamp Happy Day and Good Times on it from a roller date stamp. And I think it's a Recollections roller date stamp. This tab that says Magical was just in my bowl, so I knew what was in there. And I took some of that Artist Loft and just matched it in color because it was so white. And I think that looks really good. I also grabbed a couple of wood veneer from my stash from Recollections, and I'm going to add some wood hearts. And still figuring out some placement on my flourishes and feathers and flowers. And this word celebrate is from Dear Lizzie. I never know what line. And even though sometimes it has the name of the line on the package, most of the time it does not. So I've given up. Let's just say it's Dear Lizzie. And it's very glittery and white, so I do like it. Unfortunately, I was trying to make still pictures for the end of this, and I couldn't do it for whatever reason. I guess the file was too large for it to go through in time to my Gmail, because that's normally what I do. I edit them and send them to my Gmail, but it just doesn't want to show up. So I guess I'm not going to have any. You do what you got to do. So here's where I bring in those wood hearts, and they do add a level of natural softness to the layout. And I'm pretty sure that does it. Oh, I'm a little bit out of frame. I'm going to fix that here in a second. I've got on a big floppy t-shirt. I don't know why my camera got tilted like that, but I'm going to figure it out and fix it. So here we go. Just securing that cut apart that says Good Times and Happy Day. And I use some stays on for that. Got to figure out where those bows go. Oh, I know what else I was going to say. If you can hear that obnoxious noise in the background, I am getting my flooring done. They started yesterday and got about half of it done. And today they may finish. I don't know. They are quick. There's only 3 of them, and I'm telling you, I've got probably 2/3, almost 2/3 of the house that they're doing. And I'm thinking they're going to knock it out. They may need to come back for a couple hours tomorrow for cleanup, but I'd be shocked if they even have to do that. And they're just beautiful. If you're on my Facebook, I will be posting pictures of my gorgeous floors. Oh, I do finish up with some of the shimmers in Snowway Man. You can get that in the shop as well. And I think I'm just doing some cleanup here. So I appreciate you watching. Go check out Miranda's Mixed Media Friday and make sure that you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. My next video will be tomorrow, and it will be loaded to the Cheeky YouTube channel only. So you can check that out over there. It's not going to be on this particular channel. So I'm trying to bring content to you every Saturday on the Cheeky channel using some of our products. So I know Lisa and Miranda will be doing that, I believe, on Mondays and Wednesdays, but do not quote me. And you can go sign up for alerts there and notifications. So I appreciate you watching, and ta-ta for now. Bye.